They came from all over, with cauldrons, broomsticks, and magic potions at the ready. 300 hags hoping to enchant their way into the post of official witch of Wookey Hole.
Be careful I don't turn you into something horrible, no? You wouldn't like that, would you?
The prize is the chance to live here, in the caves of Wookey Hole, and the winner will earn up to $80,000 a year to entertain visitors drawn in by the cave's ancient legend. If you believe the story, a brave local abbot followed the witch into the cave, and when he sprinkled her with holy water, she turned to stone. Her frozen figure remains in the cavern to this day. As does a more human version. So which of these hopefuls will bring the Wookey Hole legend to life? Each witch had 1 minute to charm a panel of judges. Some sang, "There's a baboon on the horizon." Others threw curses.
"I curse these lands!"
And all showed off their signature cackles. But the judges knew what they were looking for.
We want somebody that's going to be bubbly, a bit of personality, and I just didn't think we wanted one too young or too old.
So in the end, they chose Carla Calamity, a self-described witchy fashionista who will leave her former life as a real estate agent to cast spells full-time.
Mine, oh mine!
Ashley Semler, CBS News, Wookey Hole, Somerset. Every corpse brought back to Britain from a war zone passes down this road. And as the hearses drive past, the people of Wootton Bassett gather to pay tribute.
I think it's very humbling. You know, they're all young men, could be, my son.
As the number of casualties in Afghanistan has grown, so has the turnout for these processions.
It's individual people gather together to pay their respects to the fallen. And that's all. That's what it started out as, and that's what we hope it will carry on as.
When 8 soldiers were killed in one of the bloodiest days yet for British troops, thousands of people from across the country gathered to honor the dead. They're not here to send a message to the government, according to the town's mayor.
From the senders, there is no political message. Whether the receivers, the people who are watching it on TV, people who read the newspapers, whether they read anything political into it, well, that's up to them. But from us, no, there is no political message. We're not standing there to prove a point. We're standing there to show them respect, that's all.
But some think there's more to it than that. Normandy veteran Ken Scott believes that many of those lining the streets are doing it because they are against the war.
You think they are?
I think they are. I've talked to many of them, and they feel the same as what I do. They feel that it's totally unnecessary, and we all feel for the parents that are left behind.
Polls say the British public is about evenly split between those who support the war and those who oppose it, but the recent surge in casualties has intensified debate. 184 British soldiers have died in Afghanistan since the fighting began, more than the number killed in Iraq. Critics of the war claim that it is under-resourced and unwinnable. But Prime Minister Gordon Brown insists that sacrifice in Afghanistan makes Britain safer at home. Whatever their motivation, the individuals who gather in Wootton Bassett say that as long as British soldiers are dying abroad, they'll come here to honor the fallen. Ashley Semler, CBS News, London. With the Queen in Scotland on her annual vacation, the public get to take a glimpse inside her main residence, the iconic Buckingham Palace. This year, a special exhibit highlights Elizabeth II's trips around the world, fitting as the Queen has traveled more than any other monarch in history.
You see it in the history books, and then you actually get to see it live. It's cool. It's really cool to say that I've been there and to walk, where she walks and to be where she is and to see things that some people will never get the chance to see.
Last year, more than 350,000 people got to go behind the scenes at Buckingham Palace, and this year's visitors will be able to catch a rare glimpse into the Queen's wardrobe. On display are 28 dresses worn by the Queen during her travels.